I'm going to explain to you guys today the difference between being anti-immigration and anti-open border. And I think I might have upset a few people with this one, so I am so sorry. It's a revolution. Welcome back, everybody. This is Devin Roberts with Young Controversy at anchor.fm/podcasting if you haven't checked us out there yet. And today I want to explain to you why I support us putting up a wall on the southern border of the United States to keep out illegal immigration, but I am not an anti-immigration person. And I think this needs to be broken down, at least for some people, on the farthest corners of both sides of the argument, as you hear me say here a lot. And what I want to say before anything is that legal immigration to the United States in all forms I think is fine. I think our immigration system is broken. I think it's too difficult for people to get in. I think the way we have used it in the last however many years has been ineffective, but I also believe it is the system that we have put in place through our legal means within the country. What I mean here is, and what I'm trying to say is, I believe that bringing people into the United States, it doesn't matter their skill set, it doesn't matter whether they are great at working fields or they're great at building scientific technology, they should be allowed a chance to live and thrive in our country. But I think having anyone in our country that is undocumented, unlisted, is a huge, unbelievable, large issue, because not only do you not know where they're living, what they're doing, what jobs they have, who they're voting for, different things of that nature, they can't participate in simple rights that we, I guess, have as an American citizen, using libraries, getting a driver's license, voting, things of that nature that kind of tie you to our community and make you an American. Illegal immigration is more about the cultural shift that it will cause, at least for me, than it is specifically about the economic or crime rate effects. I don't believe immigrants coming to the United States are often criminals. They may be lower income citizens, which happen to have an affinity toward crime and theft simply because that's how they've survived in their own countries. You just have to realize that's a cultural difference. But I don't think they can't leave that behind coming into a United States where they can thrive. But I do believe if you don't have access to a driver's license, you don't have access to your ability to vote, you don't have access to speak the English language, you're significantly more hard time at least thriving within our country. And I don't think we should allow people to come into our country almost in a way destined to fail. When people come into our country with that kind of odd circumstances against them, some will succeed, and I'm not trying to argue that they won't, but the ones that don't wind up being impoverished, wind up being in situations that put them in low-income jobs. They have families and children who wind up in low-income situations, creating a much larger lower class in America, which will wind up and can continue to wind up being a problem in countries where they congregate or in cities where they congregate. I don't want to see people come into the United States who are unprepared to live here. I think our immigration rate should be higher. I think our immigration should be a significantly larger issue when we're deciding who to elect and how to elect them. But I think everyone that comes into our country should be coming here legally and documented. Guys, so many horrible things come over the border of the United States, whether it is through overseas trade in cargo ships, or whether it is through our southern border, or whether it's across from Mexico, from drugs to guns to taking people out and overseas. Our borders being secure makes everyone not only safer, but makes our communities happier, healthier, and more manageable. I know people don't like, I think a lot of the reason people have an issue with immigration, or the feeling that everyone believes to come into the United States you need to be registered with the government, is the idea of being registered with the government freaks people out in general. I truly do think that's something you're just going to have to accept as a member, a citizen of the United States. They are watching us to some degree between your internet history and your voting records and your everything that you do online and on your phone and at work that's tied to benefits. And the government has all your information, and they have it mostly to keep you safe. most of them, not their big percentage, so they can continue to get your money through taxes, but a huge percentage to keep you safe. And I believe these people need to be in that same boat with us if they want to enter our country. Guys, I'm empathetic toward the caravan, and I'm empathetic toward people in situations where they feel they need to escape the evils in their country and come to somewhere like the United States. But I'm also empathetic even more to the state of my country staying that way. I want my country to be a safe haven for people like that to come in and come in the right way and thrive here. If we allow people in who can't thrive, the percentage of low income, impoverished, unhappy, unsuccessful people in our country rises. And when that happens, our country is no longer somewhere people want to be. So to keep it somewhere people want to be, we have to make sure they are prepared to thrive here when they come in. I'm not the person who should determine that. Our system should be able to determine that effectively, and it needs to be edited and worked on until it can. But it's the system that does it. It's not just whoever can climb the fence the best. Guys, this is Devin Roberts. Thank you for sitting with me through that. I'm glad I got to talk about. I know I say a lot about the caravan on my podcast. It's something that weighs on me because I truly am empathetic to the idea of people who have to flee their country to seek a better life and seek better opportunities for themselves. It's an adventurous spirit to it, and it's something I want to support. But I also have what I consider logic in my mind to understand that a secure border and knowing where people are in our country and making sure they're prepared to thrive in our country is the single most important thing that we are doing when it comes to immigration within the United States. So thank you for sitting here and listening to me today. I'm glad I got to share that with you, but it is not just my thoughts, it is your thoughts too. So leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Young Controversy is out. This is Devin Roberts. Peace.